The anime editing community is quite a big one, and it's comprised of many editors that are proficient in different styles and techniques. But just like any other community, anime editing community has its flaws. And in this video, I'll cover some unpopular editing hot takes that you haven't heard before that'll progressively get more and more controversial. So make sure to watch the full video because I'll be dropping some hints as to how you can improve your edits like your favorite editors. Me, of course. But make sure to like the video. Enough yapping, let's get straight into it. My first point is that most editors are fine being mediocre. Why do I say this? Well, I'm really going based off of multiple different factors, mostly social media. On social media, for example, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram are the three main ones that I'm going to be quoting for this whole entire video. You'll mostly find editors that are posting some pretty mid edits, if I'm being honest. They have no will to actually get better, and most of their edits are not that creative and do not push anything new into the community. It's just like toxic waste that when it gets thrown out, there's not much you can do with it. And the problem is that a lot of people that are making edits on shorts, most importantly, are usually kids. You'll mostly find these scroll edits or manga anime edits. You guys know how much I hate those if you watched my previous videos, but if you don't and you're new to the channel, that's something I dislike. Okay, I dislike manga edits because in my opinion they're extremely low quality. Not every single one obviously, but they're very lazy. They repeat the same kind of style and the same music, which is always funk. Sometimes some of them can be hard, but especially 2024, 2025, those years everyone was going crazy with manga edits, and I just have enough. I've recently reacted to all my subscribers edits, and like 70% of them were just a bunch of manga edits, and I'm sick and tired of seeing them. So that's why I hate manga edits. And so like I was saying, manga edits are usually made by kids, and kids just like posting a bunch of brain rot stuff. That's why we have brain rot. The word brain rot literally was created because of these stupid videos that kids make, and making these specific edits require no skill. Half of them have templates, so people can go on Capcut and just get a template, throw a bunch of different images on there and call it a day, and half of the comments are going to be praising that edit because, oh, it looks so good, but when in reality the person that posted that video did not make that edit. And a bunch of other channels are posting the same exact thing and they're also getting the praise, whilst the real editors that are making their own edits aren't getting any satisfaction, aren't getting any recognition, and it throws the whole balance off, because now editors that are actually good at what they do or are trying to get better but at least have their own creativity are shunned. And that's a terrible feeling, and many of you have discussed this in my previous videos, and this is why I believe that this is a very bad thing for the community. Moving on to my second point, editors don't want to learn new editing software because it's too hard. Like I said, editors are fine being mediocre, and sometimes getting better requires you to go on different softwares. If you're editing on Capcut, you're not going to be able to do some of the stuff that you can do on After Effects or Premiere Pro or DaVinci or any of those high tier softwares. So you obviously have to migrate and learn different softwares. Over my personal editing career, I've edited over 4 softwares, and I had to migrate every single time. I used to use firstly an app called VideoPad, which is a super old app. I don't even know if you guys use it, but it's like an iPad editing thing, and I had it on PC for free. Then I went to another mobile app because I didn't have a PC for a while, and then once I got a PC, I went to VideoPad again, and then DaVinci Resolve, and now I've learned After Effects. So technically, no, that is 4. And you can see the skill that I'm at. I'm able to make pretty much anything that I think of, right? Everyone else is too lazy. They do not want to make better edits because better edits require better softwares, and to learn those softwares is difficult. Most people deem After Effects as being this crazy difficult software, when in reality it's not that hard. If you really took the time to actually learn, you would actually learn something better, and you would get good, and you'd actually be confident in your skills. Talking about skills, most editors refuse to try new styles, which don't make them a good all-around editor. For something so difficult like editing, there's many different styles that you have to learn. You've got the candy style, you've got the manga editing style, you've got manga compositions, you've got flashy style, you've got so many styles in editing that are extremely hard to do. And if you've never done them before, you're gonna have an even harder time to even get into them. Instead of only being good at manga edits, why not learn how to do the candy style, or why not learn how to do MoGraph style? That's exactly what I did. If you check my shorts channel, in November I was editing every single day for 30 days. I was making one edit every single day, and every single day was something new. So I got to learn and test out different things so I could learn some of the effects that were on my editing app, because obviously I don't know every single software and every single effect that's in my software. It's always a learning process, and there's always new things that you can learn, different synergies, things of that nature. And with all of this experience, I'm able to do a lot of styles. Just being able and trying to do these certain edits at least once will give you the confidence that you need to be able to recreate them. So if you're stuck to one specific style, you're never going to get better. You're going to get good at that specific style, but wouldn't it be better to be able to flex and edit anything else? Anyways, I have one more point. which is just like I was saying before, editors actually refuse to try new things and step out of their comfort zone. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because they're young, or maybe it's because of something else. I don't know, but they just refuse to step out of their comfort zone, when in reality doing so would make them so much better, and it would give them the confidence to be able to go out and make the good edits that they see all over social media, because there are so many great edits out there, but people do not want to recreate them because it either takes too long or they just don't have the skill. To get that skill, you have to actually learn. And finally, editors spew the same brain rot edit trends, and I'm not gonna lie, Capcut editors are mostly to blame for this one. Like I was saying, manga edits, I know I keep hating on them, but this is something that I keep seeing, and this brain rot trend mostly comes from this. Instead of actually spewing good things into the community, they decide to throw toxic waste and make every single edit and idea just terrible. And the worst part about it is that non-editors that watch this sort of content enjoy the mid content more than the good content. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because they can identify with it more, because, oh, I'm terrible at editing, so maybe I can be as good as the edit I'm seeing. It's not that hard, you know, there's just images and then text in the middle. But when non-editors see these super high quality edits that they don't think they can replicate so easily, I think that's when they have a hard time. So that's my hypothesis on why these mid edits always go viral, but I don't have a specific idea. And by the way, if you haven't already and you've watched this far, make sure to like and subscribe, because it helps the channel so much. And you guys, I can't say it enough, but I really appreciate every single one of you for, you know, engaging with the videos, watching fully, and just giving your opinions, because building a community like this is what's going to help the editing community overall. And so yeah, make sure to give your opinions, because I really want to know what you guys think about these certain topics, and give us ideas on how we can make this better and solve this problem, because nothing's going to change if we don't all collectively decide to change. Anyways, now it's time to get onto the hot takes. Okay, so hot take number one: editors refuse to invest in better software for more output. For example, investing in the better PC, investing in better apps, plugins, presets, and all of the above. So something I've noticed with editors is that, like I said, most of them are pretty young, so they might not have the money to be able to invest in some of these things. But for those of you who are quite old and that do edit pretty well, I find it ridiculous that you wouldn't want to invest in something that would make you better, because let's be real, editing can actually help you make money. There's different sides of the editing community. You have the people that just make edits, you have the people that make videos for markets and, you know, professionally, and you could actually make money out of this. This is how I even started editing. I was just editing for fun, and then I was like, you know, I'm pretty good, why don't I do this for others? And so that's how it started, and this whole quest was me just trying to get better. But over time I learned that if I want to get better, I have to invest to be better. That would mean investing in a computer to make sure that I can edit better, and investing in better software and better PCs and all of that stuff that'll make my workflow progress so much better. It saves you time, and so that you don't have to waste a bunch of time making edits and just waiting for the playback, and then when you play it back it's like 2 FPS. It's just terrible. Hot take number two: you're not considered an editor if you use templates. It's like saying you're a professional boxer because you fight the boxing bag. That's not how it works. Just because you punch the punching bag does not make you a boxer. So I don't even know why people consider people that use templates editors. Honestly, it's super lazy. It's as if I was drawing a painting that was already pre-made and calling myself a painter. Just because I use AI on an image, that does not make me a drawer or a painter. You know, you actually have to do the thing that gets the result. So many people, and I'll post a comment that I've seen actually, which says, my sister's friends call themselves editors when all they do is use Capcut templates and hate on other apps for being confusing. You cannot call yourself an editor if you're not making your own edits, because editing is literally the process of making a creative art. It's artistic. It's an artistic direction that you're taking consistently to make something and convey an emotion to others. So if you're not doing the whole process and learning how to do it yourself and convey your specific emotions to others, then what's the point? You're just completely missing the point. Hot take number three: female editors are extremely toxic and jealous, especially when it comes to theirs and others' edits. So for example, the amount of likes they get, comments, and the style of editing. Something I've noticed is that on the female side, there's a lot of hypocrisy. I might make a video on it, but there's a lot of hypocrisy and just people just hating on others, right? Just like I said that people that use templates get more views and doesn't make you an editor, these same people would hate on somebody that did make their own edit. Even if it's bad, I think just the effort or the creativity that someone puts into an idea is what makes it good, not the actual edit itself. Obviously it's taken into account, but I personally prefer the substance behind it rather than the visuals, because visuals can be super cool to see, but if I don't feel anything when watching it, then it's not really a good edit, is it? When you're listening to music, you're trying to feel something. You're not just listening to a song just because. That's what I'm trying to say. Hot take number four, and this might be bad advice, but hear me out. I think mobile editors will do everything except learning a new software that will make their edits 100 times better, even if they can get it for free through pirating, which is, like I said, advice. Don't listen to me, guys. Do not go pirate. Or maybe do. No, don't do it. But if I gave everyone watching this video right now the possibility to get After Effects for free, and it's a paid, and you'd have to pay $22 per month, but but I was able to give it to you for free. Almost everyone, and I said almost, would not even take it, either because they think the software is too hard or because they see some crazy edits on social media that really they don't think they can live up to. And that's a pretty sad way to look at it, but I don't know what it is with editors and wanting to learn something, and this kind of alludes back to my first few points that I made in the beginning of this video, that people don't want to learn. They just are fine being mediocre. I had recently posted a video on how not to get After Effects, just so YouTube doesn't cook me, because they removed the video. But yeah, a lot of people didn't even bother. So if you want to learn how to not get After Effects, send me a DM on Instagram. Make sure you follow me so that I see the message, and then I'll send you it for not free. YouTube, we are not distributing anything illegal, I promise. And the final hot take is that most editors will never, and I mean never, go viral, simply because they blindly follow trends without understanding the hidden principles behind said viral edit. So like this states, and like I've just said, editors just love to follow trends. For example, and I will keep going back to it, I don't care, I will keep saying this, manga edits. The amount of manga edits I see is almost nauseating. Just the fact that so many people just jump on something, and I know not everyone has the skill to create the trends or even has the knowledge on how trends are created, but the fact that everyone copies the same videos and there's so many templates made of these specific edits, which makes the whole cycle even longer and worse, that's what annoys me. Instead of actually learning, like I've been saying in this whole video, they'd rather just copy and try to go viral. But in reality, you're never going to go viral because one, you don't understand the social media apps themselves, you don't understand what makes a good edit good, you don't understand good music, you don't even understand good effects, you don't even understand anything. And even if you do, you're not actually executing how you could be doing it. You don't want to learn, and that's holding you back very badly. At some point, you've just got to decide to put your head in the game and to actually lock in. Now, I'm thinking of a video that I watched a while back, which said that you shouldn't just watch tutorials just to watch tutorials. For example, let's say I open up YouTube and let's say I see a video on how to make a specific shape or how to get better at editing. And let's say I click on a video that teaches me how I can actually get better at editing. Instead of just watching the video, it would be much better for me to actually try to learn and then watch videos around that concept. For example, I've told myself that I want to learn editing and I want to get good at it. So I'm going to start making my own edits. So, you know, I'm going to search on Google to see if I can find some clips, because obviously for edits, you need clips. And so I look, but I can't find any. And so with this problem, I'm going to go to YouTube or whichever social media app has videos that can teach you. And I'm going to search, how do I find clips for edits? And you're going to come on a video that might be like, how to find good clips for your edits. And you're going to click it. But that video is only being watched because you watched it and you searched for it after identifying the problem. You know, as you're trying to get better, you're going to come across certain problems, and these problems can only be fixed and be known if you actually go through them, which is why I'm saying you need to learn and you have to actually want to put the effort in, because you wouldn't know where to look for clips if you didn't try yourself. And so now that you've seen that video, you're like, oh, I know where to get clips now. Now you put it on the timeline, you know, you're trying to make keyframes and you're like, oh, my keyframes are terrible. I want to learn how to make better graphs. How do I make better graphs? You go on YouTube again and you search, how do I make better graphs? And you click on a video that says how you can make better graphs. And then now that you finish watching the video, you apply it and you see the results. And now you keep applying that every single time, and then it becomes just memory, repetition. And over time, once you do this on a larger scale, you'll notice that you'll get so good that you'll go crazy. And if you compound this with you doing different styles, for example, candy style, MoGraph style, every style that you can think of, just trying to do something new, there's always something you can learn about editing. There's so many different things and so many creative people that you can learn from, including me, and there's simply no reason for you not to learn. So on this channel, if you're going to be watching me, it's going to be you wanting to actually get better, because I don't want to have people that watch me that don't actually want to get good. Because if you're going to ask me to rate your videos or your edits, I know that I rated people's edits before, but I'm no longer going to be doing that if your edits are going to be completely dog. Okay, I'm not going to do it, because that's just throwing back that toxic waste into the atmosphere, and I don't want to do that. So if you're watching my videos, just know that I'm always going to be teaching you ways to improve. So that's the video over. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. This was a pretty long video and I just had a lot of things to get off of my mind, but I think overall these things need to be addressed because they're not being talked about enough, and people like to sugarcoat everything, but I'm not going to do that, because I know if I keep doing that, you guys are never going to improve. So thank me later. I really want to know your opinions in the comments down below, and let's see how many likes we can get on this video, because you guys know this engagement really helps the channel. Like recently I've been growing a lot, you guys have been really loving the video, so please do it for your boy. And if you watch through the video, comment cheeseburger. This is a meme that only only OGs know on this channel. Comment cheeseburger if you watch to the end. Anyways, I appreciate you for watching, and sprint to success.